Call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Texas Tech Red Raiders, Jones AT&T Stadium in Lubbock, Texas. The Red Raiders will kick it away to start us off. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off in defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, they've proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Up near the 40-yard line, they'll mark it at the 39, a pickup of 15.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. The short hands, it's Jamison.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing.
The Red Raider crowd rising to the occasion to help its defense on 3rd down. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. On target to the left. Out of bounds, right at the 20-yard line. Edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score. Just outside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21. Looking downfield on 1st down. The quick out. Makes the grab and steps into the end zone for the touchdown. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He steps out of bounds just across the 20 at the 21. Decent starting field position here. So Texas Tech's offense will get the ball for the 1st time. Wants to throw on 1st down. Snagged out of the air. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. And the Red Raiders racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Keep pushing that rock down the field.
He'll keep it himself. Runs through the tackle. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. The Red Raiders come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Rides the back and leaves it. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. They have it at the 43, 3rd and short, trying to avoid making a decision on 4th down. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. And the Red Raiders will call on their punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Hauls it in, looking for space. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. Now this offense is back on the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll leave it with him. Breaks into the open. They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15.
That's the beauty of misdirection in the run game, right? You try to show the defense one look, and then you come back and hit them the other way when they're not expecting it.
Running back searching for a hole. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
I think one of the biggest keys in stopping these big physical running backs is you can never let them get momentum running downhill. And I think that was a big factor on that play. They didn't get him right away. He was able to break a tackle, but he couldn't get the speed going. And as a result, he's going backwards. That's a big TFL for the defense.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the 1st down.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the 2nd drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass. Fires to the end zone. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive.
That is one the quarterback is going to want to have back. It's touchdowns or it's checkdowns once you get down to the red zone. You can't get too aggressive and greedy trying to fit the football into small windows, and as a result, QB throws a pick.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Power football with the run. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. The Red Raiders headed quickly to the line.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
From the gun, running back gets to give. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Red Raiders are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Quarterback on the keeper. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. To the air on 1st down. And that one is incomplete. It's the end of the 1st quarter. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Looking to fire. Grabbed in the middle. It's Casey. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. Fires to the tight end. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Gets it out quickly. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They're a perfect 2 for 2 on third down on this drive. They need 8 to move the chains again. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Single back formation, and they give it to him. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll run play action. The sweet feet buy a little time. Took care of it himself. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big third down conversion by this offense.
Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Right on the money. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
And on defense, you make the tackle after the catch for a first down. Now you got to go get lined up again because the offense is going fast.
Wants to go up top on first down. Got his man quickly.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Just going to keep it after the snap. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So, you know, having a guy back there at the helm that can run the football, you better be alert of it from the first play to the end of the fourth quarter.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And when you go 5 wide, man, and you spread the formation, it puts a lot of emphasis on those trenches. And those trenches have got to be good. You got to pick up those guys up front. They didn't do it, and they're getting their quarterback hit as he throws the football.
Quarterback making adjustments. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And it's in for a touchdown. Wait, can I get the director to give me a replay of that? I want to count the defenders. 1, 2, 3. I mean, there's no way they had 11, right?
I mean, that is frustrating. Defensively, what are you taught? Like, make them earn it, right? Play man, press up on them, make them earn it, make them go the length of the field, don't give up big plays, or just give up big plays and don't have anybody in the camera shot and don't have anybody there to even miss a tackle.
And the returner will be dragged down. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to...
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Takes it the other way. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
Bringing it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and keep...
And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The offensive line's got to get it together, giving up a sack on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Red Raiders will try to pin them back with the punt. Books it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Here comes the offense onto the field again. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Grabs it in the middle. They make the tackle at the 33, but he's ripped off 15 yards and picked up a 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. And he dropped it. Incomplete pass in what would have been a huge gain. No defender anywhere around, and he just flat dropped it. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Sends it back in motion. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Wants to adjust the pattern. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Makes the grab. Wrestled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive. On 1st down from the 13-yard line. Wide receiver comes in motion. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Going for 6. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6.
And he misses. How about that, man? Like, it seems like everything he's thrown so far has worked, especially down here. He's already got 2 touchdown passes against this defense. So, guys, I'm kind of surprised when he misses down here.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. The give on the option. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the 1st without scoring. They'll run it out of the shotgun. So close to that end zone, he could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. They'll immediately call timeout.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. They can run the football on third downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they are. They have a good identity, and that's why they've been so successful this season.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Trying to barge their way in. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Gentlemen, you've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far today in Lubbock. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas at Jones AT&T Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
Second down, he'll throw it. Incomplete. Looked as if he had his man, but just a misfire from this senior.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
And the Red Raiders send out the punt unit. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. And now the offense will come onto the field again. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. Off-play action on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Punts it out of the air. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The give to the tailback. They'll make the stop, and he gets 4 on the play. Ball's at the 25.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
The give to the back. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
And this one is perfect. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. Time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. They'll run it from the gun. Slithers into space. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain. They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
They'll try the run. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And
interception, and things are going from bad to worse. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Give to the running back. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
To the ground. He's got it again. Little too soft in that run defense. He picks up 4 to the 32. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Trying play action. Looking to buy time. Fires on the move. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll send the back in motion. Wants to throw on first down. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long.